Welcome to Sharper Square, presented by Hard Rock Bet. We are part of the Volume Podcast Network. This is the show that makes the squares sharper and makes the wise guys pay attention. I am Chad Millman. I am joined tonight, as always, by my co-host, my BFF, my companion, my compadre, professional bettor, Simon Hunter. Hello, Simon.
Chad, what a insane day, my friend.
The early games were so disgustingly bad. In the first 15 minutes of combined game action for the Giants, Cowboys, the Bengals, the Browns, and New Orleans and Falcons. First of those three games, 15 combined minutes, meaning the first 5 minutes of each game. 4 total turnovers and a blocked extra point. That's how bad these non-playoff teams were playing in these early windows. And then in the afternoon, we got some freaking barn burners, which was awesome. Our final 5 were New Orleans plus 3.5, Cincinnati minus 7.5, Detroit plus 3.5, Rams minus 7.5. We got the Steelers plus 3.5 tonight. So we're 3-1 on the day. We're hoping the Steelers can close it out. Whoo, boy, dude. The other thing I'd be worried about, Simon, as a Bears fan, I watched them get shut out in the first 3 quarters. The Rams nearly gave the game away. The Texans do not let the score deceive you. Like, there was some pretty inconsistent play from 3 playoff teams that I think we're expecting a lot of. So, want to get into it?
Yeah, football's hard, buddy. I wouldn't. I mean, what can you do? But
Football's hard.
yeah, I can't believe you didn't mention it. Myles Garrett. I think that was the most insane part of the day.
Well, dude,
sack record. But
I'm
yeah,
going to get to it. That's the whole. That's the Cincinnati Cleveland breakdown.
yeah, that's to me though. Off the top, I should have mentioned it myself, but just that was to me the most incredible part. Honestly did not think he was going to get it. I think there was like 9 minutes left. It's like, oh my God, they might just run it here and never letting you get a chance at it. But yeah, that was one of those moments you'll remember for the rest of your life, right? It could happen now. They keep adding games. It could happen, but you saw that last one to get took them, 3 games? It was just
hard.
The hardest one to get is that last one. So Joe Burrow, I don't know if he did him a favor. I think he was going to get him anyway, but I think as soon as he felt him touch him, he kind of fell down there. So yeah, that was a great, great moment.
All right, let's get into it. We'll get to that game in a second. I got a lot to say about that game because it kind of ruined my day. New Orleans plus 3.5 at Atlanta. Look, the Saints and the Falcons traded turnovers in those first 5 minutes. The Saints got a blocked punt inside their red zone that led to a Falcons touchdown. But the Saints were in it, man. That whole game, like, they dominated the first half. They were only losing it because of mistakes and being a bad team. And, for a minute there, like, Tyler Shough was playing like Rookie of the Year. In the first half, he was looking great.
Yeah, if Olave played, if their kicker could make that field goal in another life, they win that game easily.
Yes.
They dominated Robinson. I couldn't believe it. I knew they would try to take him away. That was my whole mindset, was they'll try to take him away and make Kirk beat him, right? And Kirk wasn't good either. Like, again, it's crazy they even won this game, the Falcons. Props to them. I really did think there's a world where the Saints, if they play this game, 9 out of 10 times, not 9 out of 10, but 8 out of 10, feels like the Saints with Olave would beat this Falcons team. They're just
Look, Kirk was great, and like he had some really good throws, and Kyle Pitts and Drake London made some great catches today. Like, it wasn't perfect. They played like the better team, both offensively and defensively. Their pass rush was all over Tyler Shough for the first 3.5 quarters. The Falcons had the second most sacks in the NFL this year after spending the past 3 years having the fewest sacks each season.
And if you're New York, Chad really likes Kirk Cousins. Kirk was not good today. He threw for 180. I think he completed like 55%.
I said he made good throws today. In
Whatever
the moments he needed to.
Nice thing. Like, I think he got away with one here, but Shough, he threw that pick. I don't know if you felt like we were deader than dead, but I did when he threw that pick. I thought that was the moment for him, Rookie of the Year. Slipped away. got the ball back and drove that field. And I know the announcer was saying when they're going to kick the field goal, but it's like just get the touchdown. You have all the don't. It's always easier to get the 3 than get the 7. Get down there and get the touchdown. He just made a couple great throws, a couple insane catches by the New Orleans receivers. But yeah, that was a classic. You just bet the number, hope it comes through. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's like I said, if Olave played, I felt like they really could have beat that Falcons team, and we'd be sitting here shook would be rookie of the year. But saw the odds before it came on. It's not looking good for my bet, Chad. It looks like it's going to be Shadeur McMillan, who deserves it. Like we said, won rookie of the year because they won the division. He had over 1,000 receiving yards. Yada yada yada. But I'm upset about it. I thought Shough played really well. But
look, Shough, I really thought at the end of that game, he kind of played himself back into it. That last drive, he had a pass. They were in desperation mode. They had no timeouts. They had to push the ball downfield just to get into any kind of scoring range. He scrambled right. He was about to go down, threw a perfect pass that he layered over a defensive back that one of his receivers caught on the sidelines. And then they scored a touchdown. He couldn't have put the ball in a better position if he had placed it into Ronnie Bell's elbow. Ronnie Bell had one hand that was being held by a defensive back. He's got about 2 inches of space in the back corner of the end zone, and the ball lands. You know what it was? Old listeners of the show will remember this. It was a Carson Palmer witch nipple throw. Like he landed it in the crook of Ronnie Bell's elbow. So all he had to do was literally just keep his arm in an L shape. That was a great throw. And for a second, I'm like, maybe people will see that.
Yeah, again, the new onside kick rule. I think what is it, 12%?
Yeah,
we didn't really have a chance there, but if it was just I never gave up that they might be able to win it. But at the end of the day, like I texted you, it all worked out. Our Panthers win the division bet hit, and we won on the numbers.
Yes.
So I really can't complain. It all worked out.
We get to think about the Panthers and betting the Panthers for one more week. We'll get to that. They're playing the Rams. By the way, you mentioned Tyler Shough and his odds. You looked at it before we came on. So did I. Shadeur McMillan, after yesterday's game, crossing 1,000 yards. Now the Panthers win the division. He's minus 1,000 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jackson Dart, after his win against the Cowboys today, had a good game, couple touchdown passes, a lot of running yards, 256 yards passing, no interceptions. He actually jumped over Shough. He's at plus 900. Now Shough is, plus 11, plus 1,200. So that's where we stand with the Tyler Shough Rookie of the Year. I hope people, maybe some people cashed out. Maybe they got some money because they were making offers. Jesus Christ. This game makes me sick. The Browns at Cincinnati. Bengals were 7.5-point favorites. In the first quarter, the Bengals had a block extra point after they scored their first touchdown. Joe Burrow threw a pick six from the Browns' 5-yard line. On the next series, the Bengals fumbled the ball, and the Browns returned that fumble for a touchdown. Are you fucking kidding me, Bengals? Are you seriously kidding me that you were going against a quarterback who could not move the ball down the field, and you decided today was the day where you're going to put the ball on the carpet and just let that defense that is very good score at will? I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, we got that one stung. You knew as soon as they got the second defensive touchdown, it's like
you can't cover for sure.
A good comparable team like the Rams, maybe we have a chance of coming back, but when Joe Burrow doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. It was just one of those days for him where you can't blame that fumble on him. But there's plenty of third down plays. He just was not hitting it, and they punted a bunch. And they got the late lead, didn't get the 2-pointer, and you feel bad about your day, Chad. There's a man out there in one of the biggest known Survivor contests in America. He took the Cincinnati Bengals, and he lost $3 million today. I believe he's the only one in the whole contest that lost. The other 7, I believe, won. So, yeah, you think you're having a bad day. That field goal, that late field goal, someone lost $3 million on. So That's I'm trying to put that in perspective because I had the Bengals money line as well. But hey, Browns over 4.5 wins. It hit. Let's go.
The Bengals were so bad, and I've got a lot more to say about this game in
Do you?
my.
I hated this game like you did.
Well, look, Zach Taylor. This is Zach Taylor.
I moved on. You watched the whole thing, didn't you? I moved on as soon as I got that second touchdown. I go, all right, this game's done.
I watched the whole freaking thing. I wanted to suffer in my agony. I like, and like some days I'm just trying to keep it together. Okay. I'm taking notes, and like my wife comes in, she had a meeting, and she's like, "Hey, how's it going? What's going on?" And I keep telling her, "I'm not here. Pretend I'm at my office 4 hours away." But then my son is there, and they're having a conversation, and I'm trying to be like a good husband and a good father.
I love this. You're like slowly turning into Dennis from Always Sunny. You're about to tell her, I'm going to put you in a little glass box.
And not like, I don't want to be like the dude who's losing it because the fucking Bengals are terrible and Zach Taylor is truly awful as a coach. I don't want to be the person who wants to throw the remote through the television because they're just making so many stupid, egregious, fundamental mistakes that are so elementary to winning a football game. I got a nice life. I want to be nice to my family. And so inside, I'm not just boiling, I'm broiling. I can feel my insides being cooked, absolutely cooked in these moments. So we'll talk about this game a little bit more because I did watch every single second of this game, including the Myles Garrett sack. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I think he's a class act. I want him to win. I want him to get his awards.
Yeah, I don't know about him being a class act, but he's
seems like a class act.
Definitely a great player. And one of my favorite quotes ever is by arguably the greatest tackle ever, Lane Johnson. They basically we scrimmage him every year in the summer before the season. Like we have those those fake games practice. He said he's the only player he's ever gone against where every time he knows he's going to lose 1-on-1. Says he's never had that in his entire life. He's never looked at another man and said, no matter what, doesn't matter what I do, if this guy wants to beat me here, I'm going to lose. And, it's just crazy. We are living in our lifetime. This record just keeps getting broken. I know the extra game helps, obviously, but it's really special. We got to see something like that today.
Well, look, you could argue the extra game helps, but Myles Garrett is also double and triple teamed on practically every play. Yeah. And as they noted throughout the year, he was facing considerably fewer pass rush snaps, fewer pass attempts than anyone else who's ever chased this record by a wide margin. So he's getting it in a much more efficient way than anyone who's ever done it. Boy, Detroit plus 3.5 at the Chicago Bears. We snuck by with this one. This is one where, I got a text chain with my Chicago buddies. It's going the whole day. And early in the day, when it's like the Bengals game, one of the reasons I'm so sick to my stomach because my phone is buzzing every 30 seconds. But then during the Bears game, it's every 15 seconds. And whatever I felt early in the day, collectively this group felt in the afternoon watching this game, because these Bears did not give us anything to give us any confidence whatsoever heading into the playoffs. I can't stand this defense, and I can't stand the flowers that every broadcaster gives Dennis Allen. Like, he's so good. This defense continues to get annihilated every single week, and then they get a miracle freaking turnover, and everyone thinks they're just geniuses. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, but lucky for you, got a buddy, Simon, who told you what the deal was a couple of days ago, Chad. It's just
you said that, and I was thinking about that.
This is the exact thing you see coming though when you do this long enough, where it's history constantly repeats itself. I know you don't believe in it, but we are stuck in the matrix, my friend. All of it, this has all already happened. And as soon as they lost that game in Santa Clara, I was like, oh my God, now they're going to lose to Detroit. Are you kidding me? And my favorite part was this morning, you're like, why do we even like this game? And I had to try to pull you back in, where I get it. You're a Bears fan. You were believing. I mean, the cutest thing ever was you were like, Yeah, we're gonna get 4,000 yards today. No, you're not, Chad.
By the way,
Caleb Williams is not throwing for 4,000 yards
for
today.
a second in the second half, I'm like, this is our time. This is our time.
And they almost got me because they came back, but I never thought we were never going to cover the 3.5. It was like, even if they get this 2-pointer and all these things happen, at least we'll get this. But yeah, the Bears maybe pulling off the win at the end. I mean, they certainly tried, but the Detroit team, I know I get you're upset about your defense. They were moving the ball at will. I cannot believe all the field goals they settled for. I mean, talk about being a beaten down man. Campbell, he is a shadow of his former self now. He's kicking field goals on 4th and 5 from your guys like 6 or 7. It was like, oh my God. It's whatever happened this season is just taking a toll on him where he's just totally gone the other way, where he was playing very safe, just simply trying to beat you guys. He really wanted to win that game. You could tell by the way he was playing.
Yes.
So. Very conservative, and it worked. But Caleb tried the magic at the end there, like you said. That was really, really fun, exciting fourth quarter. And who knows? We'll talk about the Lions coming up here with this Bears team. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news continuously, but I'm the other way. It's like you guys just doesn't matter the game. You find a way to make it a 3-point game. This was a really special team and a really special season. So congrats, Chad, on the 2 seed. I'm bitter as an Eagles fan, but it's a big deal. Like, you got a new head coach. Second-year quarterback. He took that step, number 2 seed. Pretty incredible.
It is amazing, and I'm not that disappointed in this game. I love watching Caleb play, and he was so magnificent in that fourth quarter, especially on the drive that tied the game. Him and Colston Loveland, that's going to be a magical connection. I mean, in that last drive, Caleb was 7 of 9, 86 yards, a touchdown to Loveland, and he was throwing dimes. At one point, the Bears had I don't know, he had fumbled a snap, picked it up, threw it 50 yards downfield, and had an intentional grounding on it. So it was like 3rd and 20 from their own 10, and they still figured out a way to convert and get down the field. Luther Burden was amazing in the second half. Really just an incredible playmaker. Like, you can see once they get Rome Odunze back, this is going to be a really special offense, the way Ben Johnson is running it. So yeah, not wild disappointment in this game at all. Like,
I mean, it looks like it was a close game. You guys got, we
were down 16-0 in the fourth quarter.
Or not, like the amount of plays your defense played as well. I mean, they almost had 150 more yards than you guys offensively, Detroit. Like, they really did dominate. But like I said, you guys you can't kill you. Like, you just keep coming back. So yeah, it's a brutal loss, but now, yeah, good man. Move on. Playoffs, you've made it, my friend. At home, round 1, hosting
number
a game
2
against
number 2 seed. We got to play our biggest rivals again. We're getting them at home. I think we're up for the challenge. Arizona Cardinals at Los Angeles Rams. This was Chad's choice. Rams made it a little bit closer than I would have liked in the second half. In the first half, they were getting field goals. They were turning the Cardinals' turnovers into points. They were up by 10. Stafford had one of his touchdown passes. And then in the third quarter, Jacoby Brissett turned back the clock and looked like he was playing for his next 10-year, $500 million contract. And Michael Wilson was catching bombs, and Trey McBride was starting to challenge Puka Nacua to catch him for the season-leading receptions, season receptions leader. It was a brilliant 2 drives for the Arizona Cardinals. And all of a sudden, they're in the lead, like 20-16. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened here?
Yeah, they try to blow it. I mean, that, like you said, they played well enough in the first half to be up 10 points, whatever it was, and second half kind of started collapsing themselves. But we honestly got bailed out by the refs in this one. It feels like there was a couple of huge calls. Like, Wilson had an insane catch.
Yes,
they brought it all the way back.
Yes,
a couple plays for the Rams that they got first downs on, and we talked about Stafford. This was going to be an opportunity to try to pad the stats, and
He
he
did it.
looked a little lost to start the game. Like they were settling for field goals. I think they settled for 2 field goals to start.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 touchdowns, 250 passing. Even had a rush for 3 yards, which was pretty shocking. It's like you heard the noise that he never runs the ball just because everyone was talking about the Drake May running numbers. But
Yeah.
yeah, really going to be once again tough for these voters. I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, look, right now, Matthew Stafford, we talked about it on Tuesday, was plus 300 to win MVP. He's now minus 125, and Drake May is plus 106, or minus 135, and Drake May is plus 106.
It's just tough. Like that's what I mean. Like I
Yeah.
don't. They're trying to guess with these. Was it 50 guys that vote on it? It's really hard to know what these writers are going to do, right? And these people in media, where everyone has a different opinion on it, and you can kind of tell the way people speak. Where some guys really do have an attachment to Stafford over Drake. And
Look, it's 46 touchdown passes. Like he
I
had
know
4 touchdown passes today,
in the
and
toughest
and
division of football.
and and did he lead Matt Mitchell? Maybe you can look this up. Did he lead the league in passing yards? Did he beat out Dak? I know in the end of it, like it was Dak and
I believe he did. It was him and Goff. It actually came down him and Goff because
oh, did it?
Dak sat after throwing I think only 70 yards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's we talked about it. There's a bunch of stats out there that do favorite Stafford, but I don't know if we've ever had a 6 seed or maybe what is he, the 5 seed now? So
5 seed.
We had Peyton Manning, right? Peyton Manning was a 5 seed when he won one. So it has happened before, but it's definitely unique.
McVay was definitely trying to get it to him.
Yeah.
Like after that 4th touchdown pass, they went over to the sideline and they had this shot on television of McVay and Stafford hugging and McVay talking in his ear, not just like, hey, congratulations, but he was in his ear for long enough that they had to cut away to a commercial, right? So you can only imagine what he was saying and being excited about the fact he got that extra touchdown pass and he's over 45 for the year. Like he was saying to him, that was your MVP, right? Go get it. And
my favorite part was he lasted Stafford this season, right? With all the noise coming in there, he lasted this whole season, stayed healthy.
Yeah.
And the biggest one that I'll just end it on is just that you saw how great that Seattle defense is all year. A Stafford offense put up like over 500 yards against them. He threw for over 350 and 3 touchdowns. So I know he lost that game, but again, I don't put all of that on him. There's so many things that went Seattle's way with the refs and everything like that. So yeah, it's really gonna be tough. If I did have a vote, I've talked about it, I would give it to Stafford just because of the career. But Drake, man, if he does win it, I'll fess up to it. He's worthy, man. The kid is just played out of his mind. It's not his fault about the schedule. But yeah, Patriots fans saying they have nobody. Diggs, I think I checked my rankings. He might be graded out as my 3rd best receiver this season. Diggs, for what he does per play, EPA per play, break routes, all of it. He's just had a really great season. I think I get it. They're trying to make him more of the victim, Drake May, but no, he had weapons, right? He had good running backs. I know the offense line had injuries, but Diggs is no pushover. He was great this season. He actually played really well for
them. I watched that Rams offense and thought to myself, if they play the Bears, they are going to eat the Bears up alive. That defense, they will have no way to stop what Matthew Stafford can do with Puka Nacua.
They can't stop the run. I'm telling you, I'm interested about this Bears team. I can't wait. You guys can run the ball. I know you couldn't today, but that was just divisional game. Shit got weird.
All right, let's get a quick word in from our friends at Hard Rock Bet. Today's show is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet, Florida's sportsbook and the official sportsbook partner of your favorite Florida teams like the Jags, Bucks, Heat, and Magic. The NFL playoffs kick off in just a few days, and it's the perfect time to build a same-game parlay on Hard Rock Bet and cash in on all the action. Or if you're more into hardwood than the gridiron, you can put up shots on the NBA and college every night on Hard Rock Bet. You're home for hoops action all season long, and if you missed the start of the game, don't worry. Hard Rock Bet has live in-game betting, so you're never too late to bet any football or hoops game all season. If you haven't tried your first bet on Hard Rock Bet, there's still time for you to get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Just place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you get not only your winnings, but an extra $150 in bonus bets. The Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app is the only legal sportsbook in the beautiful state of Florida, plus Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, Colorado, and Michigan. coming soon to more states too. Plus, Hard Rock Bet offers new promos every single day. So whenever you're listening, just open the app and check out what you've got any day of the week. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit. All right, we're going to get to I want to do a little bit on the Ravens and Steelers because that line has moved aggressively like we talked about it would this morning. Before we get to that, Dallas, we made sure we didn't put it in the contest. Thank God. They were a shit show. That game, they were terrible. Everything that is wrong with the Cowboys. They couldn't stop anyone on defense. Made Jackson Dart look like he might be the second best odds to win Rookie of the Year. And they had personal fouls and penalties, and they were undisciplined, and they were just a train wreck and atrocious. And you get what you deserve.
Yeah.
What do you got something to say about that?
I think how we avoided it. It's just
Yes.
Something was fishy about it, and the Dak being taken out. I know Matt Mitchell thinks that maybe there's a world that Dak did win the passing record or whatever it was. He threw for 70 yards, and I think he was only up 40 yards coming into the game. So just simple math, 250 by Stafford. No matter what, he threw for the most yards, or at least over Dak. I don't know about Goff because Goff threw for 330, but yeah, it just I didn't see them sitting Dak. I'm shocked at that. He had a chance.
I am too.
They could have set a record for the Cowboys, and as an Eagles fan, thank you, Dallas. I mean, they got a worse draft picks, or better draft picks. So good for the Dallas Cowboys, but the Giants now don't have the number 2 pick. I believe. I think they dropped in the order, and I mean, we'll get into the offseason. I've been hearing some crazy rumors about the Giants and getting Arch Manning and all the stuff going on behind the scenes. And like I haven't seen much about in the media about it, but I've been hearing stuff about it for a while, about like a handshake deal with him and him leaving. And I'm shocked he's not coming out. Apparently he's going to stay, but Arch Manning, I think he would have gone number 2 to the Giants if they kept that pick. But we'll see what's going to happen with that. But yeah, now Dart maybe played himself out of it. Smart man. I don't think they take a quarterback now. They'll have the pick 4 or 5, something like that, because they obviously have more wins than a couple teams now.
Well, look, maybe they can suck next year and get Arch Manning next year.
There you go.
Anything that you want to say about Washington and Philadelphia? The game closed 4.5, I think.
It got to 3, just like the Bears
okay.
game got all the way down to 3, which is crazy, right before kickoff.
They didn't look that good.
Honestly, not much to say. It was painful because they should have won the game. I guess that would probably be the biggest takeaway. But we talk all the time. The refs, they have all the power. I think Washington had 4 penalties for 19 yards. The Eagles had 9 penalties for 125, and it was like all 3 touchdowns were pass interferences in the end zone. They gave them the ball at the 1, and it was just that type of game, right? The Eagles were playing backups. I think McLaurin played. Debo played. So yeah, Eagles. If they can't go to Chicago and beat the Bears, I guess they don't deserve to go to the Super Bowl anyway. But yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking. They could have the 2 seed. I'm not gonna lie. It's I don't want to go. I don't want them going to Chicago. Chicago already beat our asses earlier this year, so it's pretty wild that Sirianni just gave that game away in a sense. He
gave
really
it away.
Yeah.
Totally gave it away. It was kind of weird. Before we get to heroes and shame of the week, let's talk about the Steelers and the Ravens because I know people are going to want to go watch that in a few minutes, so I don't want to shortchange it before. The line has moved to 4.5.
Yeah.
I'm only emboldened to take the Steelers now. Like, to me, this is an overcorrection in the market compared to what we believed it should be.
It could be. I have no reason. I honestly hate this bet. I hate that we have to do it. And that's why I made Simon Says. It's like, I knew I was going to hate it, but I have to do it. I once again, I'm living with the shame forever of betting the Ravens as a 5.5 point favorite in this matchup of the year. So Pittsburgh, I thought this line would keep getting higher. It went to 3.5 after our show, down from 4. And we talked about it. It's going to steam up, right? The public, it's the last game of the season. They're going to come in with whatever money they won or whatever they're chasing on and bet this Ravens team. So, yeah, no problem. Grab the 4.5. Like I'm not going to keep giving out the stats. It's just you bet the dog here. It's what we do. So I'm with you, people. It's not fun. Like that Saints bet, not fun. Like betting these ugly dogs, it's never fun, but it is when they win.
Shame of the week. Can I go first?
Go ahead, brother.
Zach Taylor. If I get one more shot of Zach Taylor standing on the sideline and pursing his lips as if he is stoic and unemotional in the face of complete and total incompetency, if I were a Bengals fan, I would be losing my shit knowing that this guy is my coach and that this is my team. Forget about all the mistakes that were made. There's things he can't control, right? They missed the first extra point. They missed the second extra point. Their offense gave up 14 points. Their defense, their defense only gave up 6 points in the entire game. But he did not give them the chances that they needed to win that game. In the middle of the third quarter, they have a 4th and 1 from midfield, and this is, by the way, after they started with a 2nd and 2, could not get the first down. He decides to punt it instead of going for it. It's the 18th game of the year, you got a losing record. What are you playing for? And then at the end of the game, when it's 1:34 left, they've got a 1st and goal from the 4. You've got time. Why are you not running the ball and burning more clock? Instead, they immediately go for the touchdown. They score, give the Browns plenty of time to come back and win the game. But mostly my issue with Zach Taylor in this game was their game plan wasn't, "Let's win the game." Their game plan was, "Let's try to keep Myles Garrett from getting the sack record." So both of the Browns cornerbacks were out for the game. You've got Joe Burrow, who's a brilliant downfield passer. You've got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, who are the best receiving core in the NFL. And every single throw is short at the line of scrimmage, across the middle, desperate to not let Myles Garrett get the sack. And what does he do? He gets the sack. And as soon as he gets the sack, what do the Bengals do? They start throwing the ball downfield and they score an easy touchdown. Like, what was he coaching for? It was cowardly the way he coached this game. I thought it was pathetic. I thought it was an embarrassment. I thought it was indicative of everything that's wrong with the Bengals organization, and why they haven't fired this guy is beyond me.
Shame.
Shame.
Yeah. So for my shame, Chad, I'm going to shame the U.S. government. What? U.S. government? Where is this guy going with this on a sports podcast? No, people. I'm not talking about shaming them for those reasons. I'm talking about shaming them for this 10% tax on my losses, Chad. People don't know. You are looking at me. I'm in Bermuda right now. I have left my country of America, my favorite country. I am gone, people. I am no longer in America because of this tax law. People aren't talking about it. And again, I hate it. I'm one of these sheep. I didn't care about it either because I was like, there's no way they're going to tax 10% of our losses. And they are. This is really happening. Like, I can't get over it. I really cannot. Where someone like me, I'm going to find a way around it, people. This is what I do for a living. I will find a way around this 10% tax. All of you, this is the most un-American tax in our entire existence. This is a country that went to war over T-tax. And now we are paying a 10% tax on our losses with sports betting because we choose to legally sports bet, and now they're going to tax us 10% on our losses. It's truly blowing my mind. I can't believe it's not a bigger deal. More people aren't crying about it. I guess it's just because no one cares, but you should. You are going to lose your mind next year when this year is over, 2026, and you go to pay your taxes. You're paying 10% on top of your losses. It truly is unimaginable. Again, every dollar I make in this country, I pay over 30% in taxes on. And then I pay taxes if I want to buy something, if I want to buy food, everything. My taxes on my property. I get it. We're all getting it done by the man. It's a corrupt world we live in, but I cannot believe this happened. I cannot believe we're paying 10% of our taxes on losses. It's true. It's blowing my mind. I really cannot believe it. Someone like me that bets big money, that is going to be a huge amount of money I am going to pay on my losses because everyone loses. So it's truly blowing my mind. And I can't believe when the calendar turned, it was so bittersweet in the book with all the boys in AC. It's like, we may never be here ever again. It's crazy. It's just over. It was a great run, but it is over. Shame on you, U.S. government.
Look, that's a feature, or it's a part of the one big beautiful bill that was passed. for those who didn't pay attention, because it's a very inside professional sports betting thing, is you are now getting taxed on losses as a professional bettor. We're going to dig into this more in the offseason because I do think it's fascinating
Everybody,
and
not just
it's
professional.
right. It's injurious for anyone who bets. But all of a sudden, like you used to be able to deduct all of your losses. So if you made $100, but you lost $100, you were now paying taxes on the zero. But now, if you make $100 and you lose $100, you are actually paying taxes on the amount that you lost. So you made zero, but you're paying taxes on the $10 that is the delta.
While
In
betting
that
on
formula.
-115, -120 lines. It's never been worse. I cannot get over how bad it is right now.
It's bad. It's bad. We're gonna get into that, but it's becoming a
I know it's
thing.
gonna be a big offseason show. I just had to bring it up because I literally I cannot believe it. I can't believe it actually went through in the new year. I really can't.
I'm
And I'm now in
shocked.
Bermuda, so I'm not scared to say this stuff because I am an
You're
international
out.
player. Yeah, I'm gone.
I'm actually shocked that the amendment hasn't happened. By the way, shame on the AGA, the American Gaming Association, which did not do anything to stop this. In fact, after the One Big Beautiful bill was passed, they were touting how fantastic it was for bettors and didn't even notice that this was in the bill. So shame on them and their ineffectiveness. Okay, we'll get into that. Hero of the week. Simon, I don't know how it can't be Tyler Shough, who gave us such a glorious ride the past few weeks. Even if I wasn't along for it, he's been great and was a guy who we consistently wanted to bet on. And it came through for us today at the end of the year, in the last game, in the last quarter, in the last minutes. He found a way to get us the win by playing the number. Tyler Shough, congrats to you on a glorious, glorious season.
We love you, Shuck. And I'd say this might be it for us. Like I bet next year the magic will be gone. He'll go back to being terrible because he's like
Oh my God.
5 years old already. But what a moment we had here in his rookie season.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Who's your hero?
My hero of the week, I'm going with Atlantic City. I know should be a player, but I'm going with my favorite place to be, the city. Just a little history. June 14th, 2018, at the Monmouth Racetrack. I believe our governor, Philip Murphy, placed the first bet.
Yes.
And that, same night, I went down to Borgata and was one of the few people that plays a future. I think my first future was literally on the Eagles. It was just like, even talking on the guys, it's just been a magical run these last couple of years in Atlantic City. It was just brought back new life to the city. The books were always packed. Concerts came back, like the music came back, the talent came back. A lot of great comedians came back, especially Oceans. All these casinos, Hard Rock, they had some great shows, like all of them. And, I can't get over how great it was as sports bettor when it first came back because all the books were new. They brought in a lot of people from Vegas and a lot of old faces that I knew, and it was just a really fun time. It really was. As someone that lives to bet, all these different weekends, time spent in the books, going from casino to casino, walking the boardwalk. I mean, the amount of drunk nights I had just laying on the beach there, being like, what am I doing here? Like, what am I doing blowing this money? Why am I laying on this beach? But I'm going to miss it. It was just a very unique city. I love it. And like I said, I hope they change these tax laws, and I'll be back in New Jersey because it's just there's nothing better. It was the Wild West when it got approved. I feel like we had 20 sports books. I think online came to pass like that summer. Maybe it was like August. It was the best. It was the best because Vegas felt like it was the past and it was all old and everything was new and better and easier to make a buck in the state. And yeah, it was just like I said, hero of the week, Atlantic City of my life. That was it was a great 6 years, and I honestly can't believe it's over. It's bittersweet.
New Jersey did it right. As soon as it passed, they did it right. Simon Says this week was Pittsburgh plus 3.5. We will get there. Chad's choice was the Rams -7. That's a win. Brass balls, Carolina plus 3.5. That's a win. Rock in a hard place. Bengals -7.5. Motherfucker. Sharp versus Square. We're double losers. Chad at Cincinnati. Simon at San Francisco. Favorites parlay, Cincinnati, Philly, Minnesota, Rams. Underdog parlay, Pittsburgh, Carolina, San Francisco, New Orleans. Man. All right. Let's talk about some playoff leans quickly. Bills, 1.5-point favorites over the Jaguars. The Bills currently do not have a place kicker. They cut Michael Badgley. Matt Prater got hurt again today. I don't know what they're going to do. Matt Mitchell is apoplectic. The Jags are 1.5-point dogs at home. The small market team getting disrespected.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It does. I'm gonna hit it. I'll hit the +1.5 now on the Jags, obviously, but I would
Not a
be
strong
shocked.
opinion here.
I would be shocked if this line flipped. I just can see the public doing what they all are going to do. They're going to hammer the Bills. It's the only quarterback they know and trust, right? Like the AFC is all these people you can have a million different reasons not to trust. And the one true fact is Josh Allen, yes, he's never been to a Super Bowl. It's never, I mean, a couple of games, I guess you could say his fault, right? He has done things to be his fault, but it's always been the defense that's disappointed them. So once
Yes.
again, can the defense show up here? I don't think so. This Jags offense, man, they are a
They're
juggernaut.
that good.
Yeah, they're that good. And this isn't Orchard Park. So I know it's painful to do. I mean, who cares if you're Matt Mitchell, right? You got to believe it's Josh Allen. But if I, get word that the foot stuff is all good, the lower body's all good, maybe I could waver a little bit. But right now that I'm very, very confident on taking this Jaguars team, especially as a home dog in this spot.
I want to think about how we're going to do this because I don't want to go too deep into every game because we got so much to research, but there's not that many games. And
I mean, we can just fly through them all. Like, I'm not going to
yeah.
just be betting them. That's just a game I bet it right away just because they are a dog, the Jags.
Bears 1.5 home dogs also against
already
the
flipped.
Packers.
They're already -1.5 favorite. Like I told you that.
Great.
Yeah, so that's another game I'll probably take a position on, but I'm in no rush now that it's already flipped. Eagles open 2.5. It's already up to -3.
Yep.
So, if Brock Purdy gets a 3.5 dog, that's a conversation. But if you want the Eagles, I would say it looks like the pros are coming on them. It's -3, -115 now. So not only did it move off the 2.5, it's already -115 on the 3. So it's an interesting movement. And yeah, Panthers +10.5 against the Rams. I know Chad's already thinking in his mind we got to take the Panthers, but I'll see if I can talk him off that.
I don't actually feel that way.
It's
like
a zigzag.
I don't feel that way. You know why? Because look, I love the Rams. I think they're amazing. And I think they're a juggernaut. And I love watching them. And I do think that the Panthers, while they didn't play great, they played well enough for them to go stink it up in the next game. And honestly, at home against the Rams, if the Panthers hadn't picked off Stafford multiple times and had multiple touchdowns on defense, they lose that game going away. So I'm not entirely convinced the Panthers are going to be the side that we want in that game. The last game we got to make one comment about. We said we can't wait to fade the Patriots in the playoffs.
Easiest bet, grab it now. Say it. +3.5. Chargers.
+3.5, right.
You got to grab it. Yeah, Patriots fans, in my mind, I'd be excited because it is Herbert who is 0-2, but I'm going to give you guys all the stats. It's just, it's always really tough for the first-year quarterback in the sense, first year in the playoffs quarterback. It's just different. The speed's different. Everything about that. Minter, he's getting the offers for coaching jobs. He's the DC of this Chargers team. They're just a good defense. It's going to be interesting to see how Drake May plays because they're one of the best defenses against deep balls. So I'm just going to give it out now just in case it does move. I could easily see this being 3 once we hop on Tuesday morning.
All right. We're going to dig in deeper. If you're playing the contest, you'll be getting totals in the contest moving forward. So be advised. We'll announce all the contest details on Tuesday's show, but obviously we're going to expand the pool on what you can choose from. Final review of our games. We had the Bengals -7.5. That was a loss. We had the Saints +3.5. That's a win. We had the Rams -7.5. That is a win. We had the Lions +3.5. That is a win. We're on the Steelers tonight +3.5 to hopefully go 4-1 this week. This has been Sharper Square, presented by Hard Rock Bet, part of the Volume Podcast Network. We will be back with our next Sharper Square on Tuesday to go over the entire playoff slate. Watch or listen on YouTube at Sharper Square. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Download us from Spotify, Apple Pods, wherever you get your pods. Rate, review, subscribe, leave us 5 stars. Say whatever you want. Feedback is a gift. Until next time, love you.
In your seatbelts, it's playoff time.